So welcome everyone, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening for you. I hope you had a good day so far. I'm Audrey, my pronouns are she, her, live in France, land of the colonizer, and I'll be your teacher today, whatever you want to call it. As I said, that you are still the expert of your own body, so feel free to follow what I'm saying or not. This is your own practice. We have 25-30 minutes together to explore restorative yoga and what it can bring to your well-being and your life in general. But keep your own agency, keep your own curiosity alive, and that will help a lot. So if you want to find a comfortable position, whether you're seated or lying down, we're just going to have a few moments to arrive here together in this community, this Sangha. And just taking some nice breath, not changing your breath right now, just sitting or lying down with as much comfort as you can and just arriving here. And I know at the moment there's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of grief. And I wanted to address this straight away because, I mean, the theme is self-compassion. And why we cultivate self-compassion is so that we are kind to ourselves, but also kind to the world. So obviously we're not going to change the world right now, gathering here today, but I hope we can certainly bring forward some peaceful energy. So for ourselves and for all beings. So I invite you today to let this practice, our time together, be a container. And give yourself some love, some softness and rest, so that you can show up in the world rested and with love and softness. You may wish to dedicate this practice to someone or a group of people. And to seal this, we're going to take 3 big breaths together. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, following your own rhythm. Exhaling when you want. And when you're ready, 1 inhale together. And letting go. I'm going to start bringing just a little bit of movement to release some energy and some tension that can exist in the body and the body-mind. So again, big inhale and maybe bring your shoulders up to your ears. And then exhaling, just releasing. On the next one, still your shoulders up to your ears when you inhale, but maybe gripping your hands and your face and release, just let that go. Just let the tension go. Yes, we're gonna look a bit funny if we're gripping our face, but I assure you, when you're letting go, it does feel nice. So inhaling 1 last time together. Grip, 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 very tense, shoulders up, grip your hands, grip whatever you want. And release all that and just invite some softness back into your body. And just one moment, resting here. Maybe your eyes are closed or soft gaze. Just inviting, as I said, some softness, some love for yourself. Focusing on ourselves right now. Just bringing a sense of ease and peace as much as you can. When you're ready, just bring a bit more movement in the body. And we're going to go into our first pose, which is fish pose. So if you're lying down, you bring your small bolster or a roll blanket or a cushion, and you just bring it towards the where your upper body will be. And up. And you're going to lie the top of your body, the belly, on top of the bolster. So all your spine will be supported by the bolster, including your head. Your head is not on the floor or the bed or whatever. And then you just find a comfortable place here. Your arms are a bit away from, you can't even see me, a bit away from the, from the body. They're not right by your side, but they are not tense, they are relaxed. If you are seated, bring your block or a cushion, and you're going to place it behind your middle back or wherever is possible for you, depending on your chair or where you're seated. And it can be this vertical or horizontal. And then you're gonna, it's just a bit hard. Your head is gonna tilt a bit backward, but not that much. And you're just inviting some opening in the heart space in your chest. And then just like lying down, your arms are spreading towards the back of the room. They're not by your side. And so you're inviting as much space as you can in the heart, the chest area. This is a heart opening pose. You can stay in this pose for as long as you can or want. Seated, it can be quite intense, much more than lying down. So I invite you to take breaks and just come back to a more neutral position in Tadasana, mountain pose, for example, or find more support with the chair. If you're lying down, it depends on how high you are. But the idea is to bring some space in the chest area. And I realize I've given you the wrong instructions. I've given you the instructions for the one we're doing afterwards. I'm so sorry. So that's fine. You can stay here and we do fish pose another time. That's not fish pose that I've just given you. If you're lying down, that's child pose. It doesn't matter. Oh my God. I love when I have some cognitive problems and I just, my mind just boggles everything into one thing. It's great. It doesn't matter. If you want to move into fish pose, if you're lying down, then you just roll yourself, basically. So you'll be on your back on the bolster. If you're happy in that version of child's pose, then please stay here. It's great for the lower back. So I'm just going to show fish pose. people want to do that. So as I said, the whole of your spine, including your head, on top of the bolster. And this is where the heart opening is happening with the chest. And you're just bringing your arms away from the lower body. You can have a pillow and have a bit of a support here, if you like, for your arms and hands. We're just taking a breath and inviting self-compassion, and I will do that myself as I just made a mistake. It's great, perfectly on point. Taking some nice deep breath, inviting some curiosity rather than non-judgment. If there is any pain or any discomfort, then I invite you to notice and maybe make a change in your position if that's what's causing it. If you live with chronic pain, then I hear you, I do too. And so what I do is send some breath, some prana, some softness to it. Sometimes that's all we can do. I'm just trying to find some ease in the rest of the body in hope that wherever that pain is will help. If you are seated doing this, remember to take some breaks. Either come back to Dalasana, mountain pose, or just sitting in a neutral position. You could also bring some movement and maybe some cat and cow, a little. It's quite an intense pose when you see it, so look after yourself. And what it does is really opening, as I said, the heart area. So if you feel any emotions coming up, that's normal. Also, we are in restorative yoga, and sometimes when we allow ourselves to rest, finally, it can bring up a lot of stuff, a lot of release. And while I hope it's positive, I'm not going to name the emotions. I also know that it can bring some, maybe grief is too intense, but I have felt that. So when we live in such a society as we do, sometimes it is easy to let go and take some time for ourselves. And when we do, we just feel that release and just, wow, it can be strong. So do know that's normal. And do what you need in that moment. Some options could be to just notice it and just observe, naming it. Or you could just bring some gentle movement, some gentle touch, or just get out of the pose. Anything is okay. Everything's okay. So just a few more moments in that pose. And we're going to move into Shavasana. So if you're already lying down, then you can remove the bolster if you like, or you can stay fish pose or child's pose. I'm not going to go through child's pose now because I've already done it. But if you want to, then that's the other way around. You're just lying belly on the bolster. Otherwise, with Shavasana, you just find as much comfort as you want. You can elevate your feet, your legs with bolsters, or, you know, we've explored a few options last time. So feel free to do any of these. So it would be on your back, on your belly, as I said, on your side. So fetus position, or if you seated, which I will do. One great way that I like to do it is to bring a wool blanket or towel around my neck, and then it brings some support to the neck and the arms, which I really like. For me, it really eases the tension in the shoulders and the arms. And this is actually something I've learned from Jivana Heyman from Accessible Yoga, who an organization that we're supporting today. So I feel that's very appropriate to show this one. And once you've found your Shavasana, I'm gonna give you a few moments to do that. And again, invite in some sense of curiosity rather than judgment, some self-compassion, as that's why we are here today. We're gonna be here for a few moments, so you have time to find something that works for you, and if it doesn't at some point, then feel free to move. You know, as I said at the beginning, it is your practice, so feel free to find whatever works for you. Inhale, and exhaling, softening the jaw. Inhale, and as we exhale, we're softening the mouth. Inhale, softening the inside of your mouth. Inhale, softening the eyes. Inhale, and as we exhale, softening all the muscles around the eyes. Inhale, softening the eyebrows. Inhale, softening the temples. And if that helps, you can bring one or two fingers to your temple and just rub in a circle very gently. Sometimes they're quite hard to just soften. Well, that's my experience at least. Inhale, gathering energy and softness, and exhaling, sending that softness to the forehead. One big inhale, softening the skull, the crown of the head. Inhale, softening wherever else in your body mind needs some softening. And inhale. And with that big exhale, sense of softness to your mind. Let it soften, relax. There is nothing to do right now, but be present and inhaling and exhaling. So we're going to be in silence for a few moments, 5 breaths that we're going to take all together as a community, as a Sangha. See you soon. 5 breaths. Take your time. When you're ready, bring some awareness back by maybe just moving gently, opening your eyes if you like, inviting the light back. If it's too bright, then close them again. Very gently, you can stay here in Shavasana or come to a seated position. And I would like to invite you to place your awareness on the Malabrium bone. If you know where that is, then very smart. If you don't know, then it's the first bone right below your throat pit. So right there. The top of the sternum, basically. And so you can either do this mentally or you can bring your hands to it, maybe one finger place on it. You can tap it very gently or just rubbing as a circle, again, very gently. And this is a Mama point called Jatru. And Mama points are energy points in the body. They're acupressure points. They're basically the equivalent of acupuncture. But they're from Ayurveda, the science, the medicine of yoga. And this point is the place of non-judgment. And as an added bonus for us Poonies, it's also really good for chronic fatigue and to boost the immune system. So I thought this would be a good place to put our attention for just a few moments. And you don't have to use your hand, you can just bring your attention to this point, to this mama point. And just breathing softly. And I had an affirmation for you. I don't love affirmation, but sometimes they can help. And especially with self-compassion, sometimes for me, they break the spiraling thoughts. And the one I wrote was, or is, I open my heart to all that I am. I open my heart to all that I am. If you work with affirmation and there is one that would feel supportive right now, then feel free to say it. Maybe you can share with us afterwards if you feel comfortable with that. And when you've spent a bit of time with Jatru Mama, we're gonna keep that attention here. So maybe bringing our hands on top of it, or in Anjali Mudra, prayer pose. And as we close this practice, our time together, I invite you to have a moment of gratitude for yourself, for showing up today, for prioritizing your rest, prioritizing your well-being. Moment of gratitude for everyone in your life, every being in your life that has helped you being here today. And a moment of gratitude for the sacred practices of yoga that comes from South Asia and that have been protected throughout centuries so that we can still benefit from them today. And a moment of gratitude for our planet that keeps on nourishing us whatever we throw at her. And from me to you, a moment of gratitude. Thank you for being here today. I am so very grateful that you're all here. And I invite you to have a moment of gratitude for whoever or whichever being is in your life right now. And dedicate this practice again. One big inhale. And one big exhale to seal this practice and all this goodness so that you can carry it for yourself and for others for many moments. Bringing back some movement and some awareness, opening the eyes gently, looking around you, coming back to your space. And there's one more thing that I'll say is a quote from Bell Hooks. And she said, "The moment we choose to love, we begin to move towards freedom, to act in ways that liberate ourselves and others." So thank you and see you soon.